Hey, do you want to make a lot of money in crypto? Well, a lot of that comes down to you being able to predict the top and the bottom. But how do you do that? Well, in this video, we're going to show you how. So you got to make sure you watch until the very end. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Hey, it's James and Michael with the Crypto Guys. Michael, let's dive into this because you've got some fascinating things to share.
Yeah, well, I think one of the first question that people need to ask, right? What is the long-term cycle? What is the long-term trend? Are we in an uptrend or in a downtrend? And when you go back and you want to understand Bitcoin, I mean, from the very well, let's not use the very beginning, but let's go from here, from 2012. Okay. So in this case, you have what is called a bull market, right? That goes up, followed by a bear market. So the question you got to ask yourself to be a great trader is like, how do I know when it's reached the top? And there are tools in the indicator. If you type in PI, like PI cycle top, it will let you know when is the top. Actually, it's funny because, back when we reached the PI like cycle top, I used a tool and I did a survey on our YouTube channel, and only 22% of people said that they believed it. And I said, well, that you're using your feeling. And I sold everything at the PI like cycle top because we have to understand, once you reach the top, then it becomes a downtrend, right? Like we're seeing, and then eventually breaks a support and then reach the bottom. That means it cannot go lower than what the bottom is and starts to go up in a bull market, long-term uptrend. Yeah. And it follows these two cycle over and over again. So this is a macro level, right? So, and then it reaches the top, does it all over again. It does not crash all the way down very quickly. It does it slow, right? And eventually breaks this support. And then you can know, because on the daily RSI below 30, when it breaks support, it will go to the 200-day moving average. Yeah. And it's been doing that since the beginning. Once it reached the bottom, if you want to know, it never goes back there. Look, if I put a line, it will never go back there. That's what the bottom is. So Bitcoin doesn't go down forever. It reaches the bottom and then it bounces like a rubber ball and starts going up, right? And then that's what we call the bull market. Yeah. And let's zoom out, and it does that. And then reach the top, PI cycle top, use the indicator to find it. Boom. You can find the top, and then it starts going in a bear market again. Okay. Okay. Now it does that, it reaches the bottom and does it again. Okay. And then reach the top, PI cycle top. And that's where we are right now. Now, I remember when this PI cycle top tool reached the top, I sold everything and I said, who believes it? And only 22% of people believed it. And ever since then, this is where it gets complicated, because now today you have Michael Saylors buying Bitcoin. You have institutions, you have countries, for Christ's sake, buying, Bitcoin, making Bitcoin the official currency. I mean, the world has changed. So it kind of screwed up the bear market a bit, because technically speaking, we are in a bear market from the cycle top. Now, it may not look like that because we went to 65 and then we went to 69. But look at this. We did not go in the red zone. The red zone is when it's going up each week, each month, right? So it's getting higher and higher. So we did not reach it, even though we went to 69. So technically, based on the time, we did not go higher. Price rise, we did go higher, but not from where it's supposed to go. We didn't reach another cycle top. Does that make sense? So technically, we are in a bear market for the cycles, right? That's what I'm saying. Now, we're not in the bear market for the S&P 500, but for the Bitcoin cycle, we are in a bear-like market. Now, let's look at the last one that we had. First of all, how long did it last? Well, if you go from the top here and you go to the bottom, which, yeah, okay, if you want to go all the way here, it's fine. About 300, actually, you know what? Let's do this right, because I feel this is not, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Yeah, there we go. So that would be right here, okay? So let's go to here, and then we can extend here. See? So now if we go back and measure this from the top, right, which would be here, all the way to here, it's 364 days, a year. Basically, it's a year, right? So now let's see how long we've been from the PI cycle top. How long have we been there, right? let's go about here to here. So it's about 341 days. So the question is, are we going to break down this like support and go to the 200-day moving average, which is about, it's going up all the time. It's 20 to 25, right? As it keeps going up. So, or is the bear market this time different? And I think it's totally like different. I mean, I know people always say it's going to be different this time. I know people always say that. But it is like different this time. Actually, this is one of the times where it actually is different. It looks different. It feels different. Institutions are buying Bitcoin. Micro sailors are buying, like, there's more demand for like Bitcoin and there's less like supply. So the bear market definitely looks like different. So what I would say is this, right? I don't know if it's going to break down. That's the truth. But what I do know is if it breaks above the bull market support band, then in that case, I would say we are back in a bull market, which would make sense because the last bear market was a year, right? We go back here. This was a year. So we're almost in a year now. So why couldn't we just go up from here? It's possible. Or we could go down. See, that's the problem. There's no certainty in it. So I would say though that the narrative is that we are in a bear market, long-term question, right? The bottom is about 20 to 25 and the top could go as high as 130,000 at this point, right? 132,000. So that's why I'm cash positive in case it goes down, but I'm also not stupid. I realize it's been a year. It's very possible the S&P is like pumping, right? You can see the S&P is like pumping. Look at this. It's going up. It seems to be in an uptrend. So obviously, it's not as black and white, right? Like it's not only about, the cycle. It's also what is the S&P doing? We're juggling many factors here. And that's why there's a lot of confusion. It's not one single factor and say, if this happens, Bitcoin goes up. If that happens, Bitcoin goes down. The world doesn't work that way, right? We have many factors, including the halving for like Bitcoin. We know now there's about 900 Bitcoin per day being like produced. Don't quote me on that like number, but we did a quick research today to find that out. But when we have the next halving, right, then in 2024, we will cut that in half. So we know that that's going to affect the price of like Bitcoin, and the bull cycle starts way before that, right? So we're just trying to find what the bottom is. It is possible. I will say it is absolutely possible the bottom has already been reached. And it is possible that it is like different this time. But what's also possible that, hey, it's also possible that we will follow the same pattern we followed in every previous bull and bear cycle, and that we're going to break support and go to the 200-week like moving average. So I don't know. That's my best answer to you. Why I would go 50% cash in, 50% cash in case that I'm wrong, right? Does that make sense?
For sure. And what we want everyone to hear is that you can be a leader or a follower. Followers just, follow along, obviously, as their followers, but leaders understand this stuff that we're talking about, and they're the ones that make the plays and make the biggest gains, because nobody can predict the top and the bottom precisely. But you know what? You can make amazingly good educated guesses based on data, based on research and understanding all these factors. So that's, again, what we do in this channel, is to help educate you with this so that you can become a leader as a trader and not just a follower and being so far behind, right? And if you like this kind of teaching, then you're going to love what we have inside of our crypto course. And in fact, we teach you all of this. Well, Michael teaches you all of this. And if you would like to get access to that online crypto course, we're going to show you how to get it for free, where you don't have to pay for it. So if you've been watching our channel for a while, you know that we back a project called MetaGold Rewards. So MetaGold's a cryptocurrency. You can see it says turn 1,000 into 1 million within 2.3 years, 1,943% APY. All right, so you can go here and you can invest in the coin. But here's the thing. In addition to compound interest and rewards being paid into your wallet, you also get to access different levels of rewards based on how much MetaGold you own. And if you hold $500 of MetaGold in your wallet, then you can go to the MetaGold Rewards dashboard. You connect your wallet and it will unlock the tier 1 membership. And the tier 1 membership gives you access to the Millionaire Crypto online course, where you're going to get taught these kind of things that you heard today, but so much more. Of course, it's really exciting if you hold $1,000 in MetaGold, because then that accesses another level, and that's the tier 2 rewards. And what happens at tier 2 is you get access to Michael's inner circle for crypto trading. And what that means is Michael just tells you his trades. Here's what I'm buying. Here's what I'm selling. This is what I'm buying at. Here's what I'm selling at. Here's the new coin I'm investing in. And there are people who just literally go and follow his trades and make money because they're following his trades. Now, again, none of what we're saying is financial advice. You got to do your own due diligence, of course, obviously. But it's a fantastic benefit for those who are in either of these programs.
Absolutely. Yeah. And this is our MetaGold 2.0, because if you haven't noticed, our APY has changed, and we're now giving a 1,943%. If you invested $1,000, that could become $1 million in 2.3 years based on the 1,943 APY. So yeah, some huge changes to MetaGold. Check it out. Get in there. We're at a very good price right now. We're about to pump. And yeah, very excited about MetaGold. And also we're doing an ICO launch and all those things. So only our MetaGold members get to participate in all those things. A lot of money to be made, but you gotta get in now. That's the time. Best time to get into MetaGold is now. And especially with all the new changes, you're going to get massive rewarded every day. So I can't emphasize, I'm really pumped about it. I feel it's probably the best investment you can make. So anyway, all
Fantastic.
that being said, yeah, all that being said, yeah, that's what I want to say. And yes, of course, as I also said, you know, that Bitcoin is pumping right now. And I just want to show you one more chart. And is this going to be rejected here, right? Because I said, you know, yeah, April is going to be a good month. But you know what? There's a exception to that. There's a caveat, which we have to break this resistance. We have to break through that. If we don't break through that, then yeah, that's not going to, then we're going to get rejected and go back down and maybe to 40,000, right? So, or if we break down, then we're going to go down to back to that 33,000 or the bottom here, which would be 33, right? 30, maybe even a little bit lower. So if we're going to pump in April, starting now even, which is March 22, like today, we're not in April yet, but we need to break this. If we break this, I think we could go quite high, but at least to the top of the top of it, which would be this level here. So about 45,700. Now, at least we would achieve that, I would say, right? So from there, if we break through that, then I will have a higher target of 55. But I think the first level will be 45. Yeah. Okay. Which is the top right here, right? So that's how you can also look at it. There another way to predict the price. One would be to the top, or you could do this, right? And you could say, okay, if we break through, if we break through, then the target will be approximately, yeah, so you can straighten that out a little bit. Yeah, approximately 53, right? 53,300, let's say. Okay, so that would be, then you might as well go to like 55, but yeah, it all kind of aligns like that. So that is a little bit of technical analysis for the short term. If we break through that, if we don't break through that, then yeah, then you know what's going to happen. We get rejected, and we may get rejected hard and breaks like support, or we bounce up. Those are the only three things that can happen. So, but I am bought in, and I have cash as well in case we don't pump to the next like level. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed today's video.
Yeah, remember, like I said at the beginning, a lot of money can be made in crypto, and even more when you're able to better call the top and to call the bottom. And in today's video, we talked about that. And of course, if you want to learn more and sharpen your skills, then jump into the online crypto course. And of course, you can get that for free as long as you're holding $500 worth of MetaGold. So you'll see the link in the description. Other than that, have a fantastic day. Happy trading.
Bye for now.